is about to give the command to get underway down at the head of the field. Let's listen in.
No command. Sorry, Rick Allen. Or not Rick Allen. God, I am terrible. Alan Bestwick. Wrong Allen there. But hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel for another Money Grand National Series race. We're back on NBCSN, getting ready to kick things off from good old Quebec, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal. Or just simply known as Montreal, you know. But yeah, we're in the French-Canadian region, getting ready to kick things off yet again. As you see, we're back for what'll this be, the third straight season? Yeah, this will be pretty interesting. But nonetheless, we're back for another race above the border. And if last year's race was any indication, this year's race is going to be absolute chaos. But let's address the elephant in the room. We've got last year's race winner on the pole for this one. So Chris Mack looking to go back-to-back here for two different teams, two different manufacturers. If you remember last season, he was driving the 32 for Brown Racing, sharing that ride with Bill Elliott. Went to victory lane after a bonsai move on the final lap as he gave it his all. And I don't even think he meant to get in that deep, but he still gave it his absolute best through the final chicane. He's back again in the 97, driving for Joe Nemechek's team. Part-time this season. And ready to go back at it here. Todd Cleaver, the 26 car, starts to his right side in P2, and it's Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch. Eric Darnell rounds out the top 5 with Stephen Light to his right side. We're about to get underway down this long final straightaway here on the racetrack. Boy, the anticipation. Sorry. Gotta get my last messages out of the way. And through the final chicane, the field is about to roar to life here as the flag man ready to drop the green flag. Hopefully not literally. Green flag is in the air. We are racing in Montreal. Through 1, through 2. Through the first chicane, cars off the racetrack, but for the most part, keeping it clean back here. Chris Mack clears for the race lead. And trying to drive away with it as they're side by side behind them for second. That's only going to slow them down as Edwards got sideways. Cars bouncing off the wall back there. Eric Darnell was one of them. Chris Mack, smooth through the first couple of quarters. Doing a great job hanging on. 3 wide behind as you see the 77 of Cale Gale prevailing in that battle. Getting past Mike Wallace and the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Rest of the field actually somehow made it out. We're going to complete a lap here, guys. Well, possibly. I don't know. Still got to wait for that final chicane. And this hairpin right here, Chris Mack in a world of his own as he dives in. Rest of the field easing through, waiting for the first battle. There it is. The 7 to the inside of Michael Lynette. And he's going to clear him here off the hairpin. Or will he? Yes, he does. Rest of the field battling into the hairpin. They're keeping it clean. Little contact right there. Richard Boswell to the back bumper of the 85 car, but keeping it clean. And out of the final turn, Chris Mack is going to lead us back to the line. Through the final chicane. Somebody slapped the wall back there. A couple cars heading to pit road. Yeah, I think they have a little bit of damage, maybe some tire rubs here and there, but for the most part, they are clean and green here from Montreal. We have completed a green flag lap. Now Joey Logano trying to hang on to his spot. Chris Mack out in front. The 26 right there with him. Chris Mack was 2 seconds faster on the opening lap, by the way, just to put in perspective how much of a difference it makes. I mean, the track already narrow in some sections, and going side by side through those sections can slow you down big time. This will be the first lap we'll really get to see the speed difference. Right on board with Todd Cleaver. Look at how small the 97 looks out of his windshield here. How about the development of Chris Mack? We mentioned it earlier this year at Road America when he won there as well. He's been very silently improving here, especially on the road courses. He's found a little bit of a level of patience in his aggressive driving style. Settled down quite a bit. I think running the modifieds may have something to do with that, as you see right there. Once again, okay, they've cut it down to just a second now. That 26 car. Chris Mack just finding a new level of patience that wasn't there before, and it's really nice to see. He's not tearing up as many race cars. Ultimately showing his talent, his raw talent, because I mean he came from racing on the simulator. Got thrown to the wolves in 03. Had no idea what he was doing, but he's learning and adapting really quickly. He's got Brian Clausen in the 41 car in front of him as Clausen just exited pit road. Another rookie of the series, Brian Clausen. I believe Clausen may try to fight and stay on the lead lap here, but that 97 car seems so fast and such a good rhythm. I don't think we'll be able to put up much of a fight. Look at Chris Mack. What a dive from all the way back. Aggressive send through the hairpin there. That's what I was talking about. Chris Mack he's still very aggressive, but picking better times when to be aggressive rather than just diving in there and making the move first opportunity he gets, or forcing something that's not there. He made a huge lunge, but he knew it was going to work, and he made it work there. And then across the start-finish line yet again. Rest of the field starting to spread out quite a bit. Not many battles taking place on the racetrack right now. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Montreal. Caution is out for the first time today. Chris Mack just took the caution flag. Let's go back and see what happened to bring it out here. Watching the pace car, and let's see when the lights turn on. I think it might be late in the lap here. There it is. There it is. Okay, let's see what happened here. Oh man, that's big. Looks like, as we mentioned, Brian Clausen getting lapped. Looks like KO Gale ran up on him and just misjudged. Got into the back of him, sent him into the wall. Around he went and hard into the wall when Brendan gone. Hard into the 41 car as well. And avoiding the 62 spinning, Michael Annette hits the wall, goes sideways. Luckily the 21 able to slow down just in time to avoid running into the back of Annette. That was really big. Yeah, that's worthy of a caution. I thought it was just going to be a single car spin, you know, and NR being sensitive. But no, that's caution worthy. That's caution worthy if you ask me. So where's the 97 in all this? There he is. Alright. Well, with that being said, let's jump back into it. And, whoops, accidentally jumped too far into it. Green flag back in the air. The 26 of Cleaver got a good jump, led to the line that time by. So that's going to rob Chris Mack of his leading all laps journey, but trust me, he will not give up fighting for this lead. Not yet. Deep dive into the braking zone and a little bit of contact as the 97 got sideways. The 26 tried to pin him down and they both collided in the middle. We got a big stack up back here in the middle of the field and we're still wrecking. Track is blocked. Look out. That'll bring out a caution for sure. We saw the 6 car got turned slightly sideways and that bunched them up, and now they just can't stop wrecking. Look at this. They're trying to drive away from the wreck and they're still wrecking each other. They're going to do it again right here. Look. They're about 4 or 5 wide. Through a 3 wide section of the course, and they're actually going to settle it out now. Todd Cleaver tried to pin that 97 car down because he knew that was his only shot at stealing the lead here in this race. Let's ride on board with that 26 car to see if I'm right about that. Because from where I was sitting, or from what we could see there, my point of view, it looked like, look at the dive by Chris Mack. The 26 was thinking about cutting over in front of that 97 car, but had to decide against it because he saw the run that 97 car was coming with, and yeah, just had to open the door for him there. But then the 97 almost overshot, got a little sideways. So 26, look where he's aiming. He's aiming right for that curbing as if the 97 car isn't there, and you can clearly see the 97 in the frame. Let's see what he can see. Oh yeah, you can see the 97 right there. And he's still aiming for that curb for the racing line as if the 97 car isn't right there. So yeah, tried to pin him down. Tried to pinch him in as hard as he could. I mean, obviously not trying to wreck him, but trying to just pinch him and force him into the grass. And that 97 car already sideways, and they met right in the middle. 97 was going one direction, the 26 was going the other direction. They met in the middle. Hard racing. You can put the pin. You can pin both of them, but man, look at that. They just kind of flew apart right there, and then gathered it back up, and then started wrecking again, trying to drive away from it. Kept stacking them up. But green flag back in the air. Chris Mack got a better jump that time by. So we head back down into turn 1 now. Who's gonna get the edge this time by? Looks like it's gonna be the 26 of Cleaver. God, I forgot the cameras are terrible with the trees in the way. Side by side now. Down in the first chicane, or would that be the second? Cleaver, okay, that time there was no contact. Cleaver just overdrove and drove straight into the wall. We got one hard into the wall back here. Is Ward Burton, and Burton don't get turned over again. Oh no! 2 races in a row for Ward Burton getting turned onto his roof. Man, I know Ward's got to be sick and tired of getting upside down. This time it's not too bad, and luckily he's able to keep it rolling. And I did not mean to jump forward like that. Whoops, my apologies, y'all. Man, Ward Burton cannot catch a break this season, man. Keeps getting turned onto his roof. That's got to be the 4th time in this series alone. 5th time in this year altogether. That's just terrible luck for Ward Burton. And he just gets hooked by the 38. I don't think Leffler realized they were 3 wide. Goes hard into the wall. bounces off, and then just gets toppled over. Just gets scooped up and lands on his roof, slowly rolls back onto his wheels. Man, it's been a rough ride for 27 car this season. And Warburton in general. But the green flag's back in the air yet again. We already got some wrecking in the back, but it's out of the way. They're going to keep it green. Todd Cleaver trying to clear Chris Mack. Can he finally do it? Mack battles back. Keeps the nose to the outside. Deep dive into the corner as they're wrecking behind him. And Moore almost wrecking right here. Squeezing together. There goes Wallace into the wall. Chris Mack retakes the lead. We got carnage back here. Cars are everywhere. Joey Logano having an issue. Off the pace, he's slow. Will that bring out a caution? Yes, it does. And so that'll push this race into a green-white checker scenario. We know the intensity is going to be a little higher here. Mack led to the caution flag that time by. And we're going to have a new rule here in effect. But yeah, green-white checkers scenarios. As looks like most of the field pitted there, so that's going to cycle the cars that didn't pit to the lead. So Trevor Bain out in front with the 29 of Stephen Light. And the pack is a little confused here. They don't know where to go or where to line up. But yeah. When it's late like this in the race, and most of the pack's stuck behind somebody back there, they're getting held up. That'll result in penalties, but they don't care because that'll keep these guys from stacking up at least. But we're gonna have a one-lap shootout on road courses. Late race restarts, rather than just being green-white checkers, it'll just be a one-lap shootout. Into the wall goes the 42 of Montoya. 3 wide back here. Chris Mack, aggressive move, wants that lead back, wants to win this race. He's only got 1 lap to do it. Side by side with the 60 of Carl Edwards, gets power down. Edwards can't hold him off. The 97 gets clear. Mike Wallace in second. Lots of confusion late in the going here. Late race restarts. Chaos here from Montreal. Cars everywhere back here, but they're making it through. Chris Mack, deep dive underneath Mike Wallace. Nearly some contact. Wallace, no choice but to sacrifice the position there. Chris Mack clears him. Does he have enough time to run down to 29, or is it too little too late? I don't know, man. Can he get there? On board with the 97, another chicane, another set of corners. Stephen Light looking for his first career win. The rookie out in front, trying to hold off a driver that's quietly been becoming one of the best road course drivers in the series. Deep lunge into the hairpin. Chris Mack hitting his marks, not overdriving it like we're used to seeing. Down this long back straightaway. You know he's going to be using that draft to his advantage as well as he can. Down this final stretch. Chris Mack using the draft. Looking to the inside, deep lunge into the final chicane, over the curbing yet again, through the final turn. He did it again. Chris Mack, 2 years in a row, same move, final turn. Chris Mack pulls it off yet again. Back-to-back seasons here at Montreal. Chris Mack takes the checker flag and 2 bonsai moves on the final lap. This time, you know, the 29 was expecting it, had no choice but to give him room, didn't want to pin him down. And this time, Chris Mack actually had space to go over the curb without cutting the track as badly as he did last season. Remember, that move was outlawed. Let's take a look at it right here. Does he break the rules? No. I mean, we've seen drivers do this all day, and race control hasn't said a thing about it. Drivers have been doing this when they're side by side all day. What they didn't want to see is drivers completely straight line it and go flying over both curves in basically a straight line and cut the track like that, like Chris Mack would have done last season if he didn't sideswipe the other driver. Chris Mack this time does it a lot cleaner. They both had to get. I mean, Chris. Look, the 29's doing the same thing over here. If he doesn't get loose out of the final corner after hopping the curb, he could possibly get the power down and contend for the win. But instead, he got sideways out of the final turn. So Chris Mack does it again. Same move. What's that saying? Same song, second verse for Chris Mack. Wins the race yet again. Another late race move. I cannot believe it. He really just pulled that off yet again. Let's go back and see what the caution's for. Because they came back to the yellow and the checkers. Man, looks like it happened a while ago. Why is it even relevant? Alright, let's see. Oh. 2 cars sideways back here. Chris Mack on a drive of his life. Reeling in the 29. He's always been fast here. Remember 06 when he drove the 83 car around here. He was really fast and had a chance at winning late in the going. Came home P2. So he's got a great record here from Montreal. Something about this racetrack, he really gets it. He just clicks here. Something just clicks for him. And he gets it done yet again. But that's going to do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. And until then, peace.